I didn't add myself to the stage, as I'm pretty prone to doing for people. Good evening, everybody. Is that better, Daz? Can anybody hear me now? Hear me now? Very, very good. I hope we're all very well. And welcome to another little bonus stream of the ASOL. Right, everybody hear me? Oh, good. Right then, so this evening, we're a couple of games out. I'm going to be really quick this evening as well. Quick look at the league table as it stands. Dragons picking up a point and cementing that place at the top of the league at the minute. 3 points ahead of the Warriors, who had a massive win against us last time out. Great win for their boys. And Dimble Overing, feels like Dimble's been quiet this season, but he's just there. It's as we come to expect from him. Uzlot tailed off a little bit. I actually run it through a little bit this game week, and we finished up a little bit higher than we are. So anyway, no can happen. There's no real point in doing a Daz. And Vikings again, 5 Qs on the go. So we're then at Unicorns, which, to be fair, having a look at with 3 games to go, it's probably nailed on. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I don't really need to say that, Mike. I think it just becomes accepted. In fairness, nowadays as that. But yeah, we being 9 points ahead, needing a point, it will take something absolutely catastrophic for the Unicorns to fall out of the top 6, and everybody else is just playing off the evening. Evening, Liam. Dan's in chat. Doug's here, watching it in Bath. I do like watching things in Bath. Daz as well. We're going to set off with, obviously, the game that obviously probably means a little bit less at the moment. We will go to, again, we'll just have a quick look at the fixtures, quick run through. Aborigines against Bushrats. Yeah, real bit of a non-starter there. This is where we're going to start, wrapping up with the AFC. I don't think it matters if Bowie gets booked in this game because they're rock bottom at this present minute in time. The Dragons against the Chasing Townsville. Again, Townsville probably out of it given what Unicorns need to do, but the Dragons look at the cement of the place and pick that coveted League of Shield up. Tootsville against Vikings. Again, can lads go out with a bit of a bang against the rock of where they've gone since that formation change of last season. Unicorns against us. It'd be really nice to put a little bit of pressure on them to take it into next week from our point of view. Warriors against Hobart, chasing 2 points behind Dragons, 3 points behind Dragons, sorry. Big game for Scotty tonight to try and get that top of the table spot. And then Bundaberg, again, only 4 points off the top spot, facing a Wanganui side who have... They've shown glimpses all season, and I've said this quite a bit, and as Mike's sort of alluded to himself. Right, Tato. Well, no, Aborigines are still in it a little bit, Tato. So what I'm going to do is we'll start with who's at home. Rob's at home. We'll start with Rob, who looks like he's stuck from last time out. I didn't see any submission after he said that he wasn't in. Play with Matarazzi as a sweeper. We'll have a quick look how they did last match. Putting a real good effort. Romashenko getting another 8, and yeah, they've had some highs, some lows this year, and I'm sure Rob will be back next season with some more wild takes on everything, and we're from there. Right, so Roxy's submission was put any cunt in from a keeper, which obviously. The other one we couldn't, so we put Quenser in and brought Irigoyeta up from reserve. Everything else as is. Oh, hang on a minute. No. I thought there was something else. Let me just check. Because I am not having this off Rocks again. Casas for Bardo. Right. Can I ask you in chat, lads? Rocks wanted Casas for Badaro. He's on an injury. He's out with a day for a twisted knee. Do we do it or do we not? If you could just let me know quickly so we can get on with this game and get this one out of the way. I know Rox won't be here. I know Rob won't be here, so I won't be slowing it down to try and stop it. Yeah, I'll take Dan's advice, being a non-manager in it so far. Iriagota, let's give him number 2, as soon as he plays half in the middle of the pitch. And we'll kick this one off. Good luck to both managers. Let's try and either finish the season. We're going to go into next season with a little bit of something, behind them. It does seem very Rapa Nui at this present minute in time. We've seen quite a lot of red and white. Chinsky seemed like we're getting turned a little bit out. Ref's given a penalty. Romachenko misses a penalty. He's been an absolute gem for Rob this season. He's getting involved again, setting the ball up to Guerrero. Couldn't get the ball out of his feet. There is a yellow card, but that were Boomer. So thankfully it wasn't Lee Bowyer. A little bit coming back into it towards its back end of AFC. Dyer getting himself involved, smirting on his back foot against them, and Paragon getting himself involved. We'll have a quick look at the match stats. 4-3 for Rapa Nui. It seemed a little bit more Evening Lee. Mr. Dimble, how are we doing? Yes, bonus show, Jens. I hope you're very well, my friend. One shot on target for the AFC boys. We'll just have a quick look. So I say Ronald Rob said he won't be over the year. 7s with a couple of 6s. Kevin Offlin doing okay again. He's been really good this save, really good for me at the start of it. Julian Guerrero getting himself stuck in, not a player that's really known for that. And yeah, it's a steady performance, and they're not doing too bad. Over at AFC, Rox wanted Badaro out for an injured Casas. Dan Megaros said, let's keep him in. So he's stayed in. He's been pretty poor, but at least he's not injured with a twisted knee. And again, all 6-7s. Sorochinsky doing well, as is Quenser, who came in, thankfully, when I made that decision for him. Right, we'll have a look. I'll try to stop it at 60 as close as I can. But like I say, I don't think it really matters how much you're over. And Mike Duff getting a goal. He's there putting Rapa Nui 1 up, absolutely cementing AFC to the bottom of the league. And it's a second, and Julian Guerrero really sticking his foot in that first half. Has got the second goal for Rapa Nui. We're at 58. It feels like it's jumping. I knew it was going to jump there from 58, but a lot of plays going on, and Rapa Nui have been really good there. They've been really, really good. So we'll look over at Rapa Nui stats. Assist for Alexis Merton and Mark Kerr. Julian Guerrero with a goal, player I really, really like. He's been good. He take 9 contributions in 22 games. I think that's absolutely fantastic for a central midfield player. And yeah, Romachenko's penalty miss probably putting him down to a 7. Although none of his tackles have been key that he's won. But Rob will be very delighted with the way that he's turned up the second half. Straight over there, Lee Bowyer is coveted Steve Right Stream yellow card, which I'm sure I will get a load of shit for. Badaro stays on his 5. Pablo Michelini down on a 5 is not something you're used to seeing from him. Sorochinsky drops to a 7 as well. Quenset stays on his 8. And we'll have a quick look at the match stats as how they've gone 10-8 and 2-2. Absolutely dominant from Rapa Nui from the half-time whistle. So we go to full time. Duff dribbles past Bowyer. I hope he don't get sent off at this. Resume match. And a nice weighted pass in there. Lee Bowyer's getting himself involved again. Every time I see his face, I hope he don't get another yellow, because a red would absolutely send Rox over the edge. And whether he's going to be there next season or not, I'm sure Rox might maybe look to cash in on him, because he's been a bit hit and miss for him this season, although he's been playing a little bit out of position, but doing very well at times. And there it is, Rapa Nui. 2 missed penalties for Romachenko. I've never seen that in a game ever, but it finishes up. Big performance from Rapa Nui to finish the season. Lots of 8s. Julian Guerrero, man of the match. And I'm sure Rob will be happy with that going into next season and see whether he sticks with his way how he's gone. Lee Bowyer up to an 8. Thankfully, he's done a lot of tackling. Only one of them being key. Quentin stays on his 8. Kieran Dyer goes up to an 8. Michelini goes up to a 6. But Badaro, the mystery man, stays on a 5. Right. Duggan wants to go a little bit later. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the fixtures. I don't think we're overly. We'll leave Warriors going up there. Unicorns, we'll leave that a little bit too tough for Vikings. Let's go with Aborigines and Bush Rats. Let's get Tato out of the way. We'll have a look over at Daz's side. So, no, we don't want to proceed to the match just yet. And there's how the Aborigines are back. They're obviously the back with the 5 across the back. Vikings can take one for the team. Yeah, I can't now press continue, Jens. We'll do you next, mate. We'll get you out of the way next. Right, Rocky Santa Cruz plays on 79% fitness. Big call from Daz, but he's actually been okay. Probably one of the better versions I've seen in competitive champ. You take that out of the way, but 17 starts, 10 contributions. You take that from any striker, in fairness. Dead A centrally. He can play centrally. He's played at AMC before for me in the Super League because he's a 20 for AM as well. But yeah, and he's the one that's next one to take a chance on Iron Robin, who, to be fair, at least he's clicking for Daz, got 4 contributions in 7, but he's been absolutely demically saved apart from a good first season where it looks like he could have kicked on, but my God, how poor is that from a player who is usually one of the best in competitive champ. And then we're over to the Bush Rats, who line up as this again. Maldini, like him, been absolutely superb for the Bush Rats. 35 or not with 35 when I won the Super League with him in the team. Brilliant. These wingers, absolutely on fire. When you've got a striker like Smith was scoring, somebody like Clivert up there, very strong team, and I'm sure they'll come back with some vengeance next season. Maybe just slightly lacking a little bit in this DMC area around Milevsky. Still a strong team regardless, and it'll be absolutely hurting at the fact that he's only in the 10th position in the league at this present minute in time. And we've got a ghost game. Absolute ghost game, so I do apologise for that. Right, well, we'll go over to Tavua. Over immediate against Jens. They obviously stick with this 2-4-1-1-2. Ibrahim Said, will he go on the market? I doubt it. I really doubt it. Yeah, Daz, I think you're yeah. Oh, look, Matt, we like Matchy from Peria. So Ibrahim Said is on the market. Interesting. Are you going to get anybody else in personally who will do that job as part of a bigger deal? It'll probably take something else to be able to do what he does, but he's been absolutely superb. Freddie, you've got Campbell, Contra, Serginho, Said. Nielsen's been great, and you've got a Saviola and Nistelrooy partnership. Strong side, and I'm sure lads will come back a bit stronger the next season than they will. But I keep saying that about everybody, and not everybody can they? But anyhow, we do. We're over at the Vikings, and for Seth Olsen, is that his first game? No, he's played a couple. Not really done much, but at least he's getting a go. Strong side, Nedved. He not big in the heights of last season, still contributing a bit though, which he entered tech. And then looking at this, Charlie Chaos has done okay again, but his form at last 4 games have probably propelled his rating a little bit back up. And Lucio playing yet again for the Vikings. Right, we will kick this one off, and we'll see where the first half takes us. Tavua putting a bit of pressure on early doors, in the possession starts for us off, also getting himself involved as well. Early doors, which is a good sign for Jens. I always find that players coming from out of the league generally tend not to do too well. And there is for himself also. And I've said his name too many times. I do apologise to the two Tavua lads if I haven't said his name as much. I personally don't believe that he'd have scored like that. But yeah, it goes on. We're up at 41 minutes, 3 minutes of added time. Does like Tavua have been on top, apart from that little spell where they pushed back did the Vikings. Go over to the match stats. But that didn't look as dominant in that, but that is absolutely dominant. We'll have a go over to the two Tavua lads first. Looking at that, Rede, uncharacteristic 5. Ibrahim Said, probably he's yellow card, maybe pulling him down a bit, or maybe leaning towards a 9. Front guys are not doing overly much. So looking at where you're at, lads, conditions looking pretty sound as it is. Have a quick look over long arrows on wing backs. So there. Is that all right, Leo, mate, if you want to just confirm that? we'll leave that as it is for now. We'll go over to Vikings. Big performances. Maxim. Perfect. Thanks, mate. Cheers, mate. Assist for Maxim. Not a great deal else going on, really. Solid, if not unspectacular, considering they dominated the first half so much. We'll have a quick, like I say, we'll have a view conditions, see how their conditions are doing. Absolutely cruising through the game so far. So, Jens, if there's anything you'd like to do, as is, yeah, we will do that. With it going, with Jens sort of chasing for a high position, we'll knock it down to fast for stopping it on 60. Any game that might seem it might not matter, but there's a Dielson. Again, underused by me when I drafted it in the save, but you can never guess where it's going to go going forward. Bit of a sucker punch. Oh, excuse me. A bit of a sucker punch for Jens is that, considering how dominant they were in that first 45 minutes. We're up at 53 minutes, and Serginho's hitting the woodwork. What a goal. Great football by Tutavua. 8:58. And I still feel like it's going to jump. Zauri getting himself past Matty Holland. And we've stopped it. Hopefully straight on 60. I said Siski because I saw Sigalko's name. Ibrahim side up to that 9. We'll have a proper look over at we'll have a quick look at the stats first. Come back into it a bit, but Vikings, maybe just another shot on target. Or Tutavua creating a little bit more. Look over at Tutavua boys as they are. Look at the conditions. So, down at 86. Contra 88. Not to worry about. Dielson 86. Nothing to worry about, but like we say, been a little bit quiet this season, but absolutely fantastic for Bush Rats in the last season. Maybe spiked his value a little bit. So that's where we're at for the Tutavua boys. So if there's what you want to do, just let me know. Quick look over at the Vikings. Condition for them, absolutely sound. 88. Again, lowest again being Roy Keane. And we'll go back to the ratings, where, again, there's still players that you'd expect to sort of be putting a bit more, considering how much they dominated. But yeah, we'll see how we go. So anything you want to do, lads, we'll go quick look over at Tutavua again while we're waiting for any subs coming in. Then back over to Vikings to see where we're going there. I would say, were they assisting the Tutavua lads? No, just something out of nothing for a Dielson. So we've got Barrett for Gattuso. Moving to CM. And we centralise these. Taking the arrow off Key, mate, or are you leaving the arrow on Keen, or if you just want to confirm that. Oh, and as is for the Tutavua boys. Cheers, lads. We'll speed it back up, back to the match overview, and we'll play out the last 30 plus injury time and see how we go. I do seem to have really sort of, once they've got a bit of a foothold in it, got themselves back into it and sort of stemming the tide from this Viking side. Brady already were on a 5 earlier, and there's big injury for Van Nistelrooy. I'm going to assume it's Big Mark, but let's have a look. And he's been all right this season again, but not quite as good as his previous 2. Absolutely fantastic last season with 18 contributions in 28 for Van Nistelrooy. I'll do it ready if you just want to confirm, lad, Liam, that's super. Right, we'll play out last 9 minutes of normal time and get that back up to very fast. It did feel like a late winner were going to come there. Vikings had another 3 shots off target, so we're 9 and 7 at 60. Tutavua not really as well, and going on for it. So we'll there we go. Finish with a 1-0 draw. But I think draws and red cards have been the absolute tale of the Tutavua season. Right, so where are we now? We'll leave Warriors, we'll leave us, we'll leave the Dragons. Got to leave them. Let's go to Wanganui and let's go to Mike and Dimble. So we'll have a look at what Mike's doing at this present minute in time. Back with the arrows up, up, down, down. Probably look to maybe strengthen his strike force a little bit in the window come the end of the season. Echeverria, he being a bit of his stats are good. He did really well for AFC before he came to us. Couldn't get a game. Well, he started the season. He did all right, but then once we managed to get the Kifrenko over the line, he never saw light of day. Went to Dimble, did a lot of nothing as well, just rated quite well. He's one of them players. It's a really, really tough one to get out of. Big favourite of Mike's obviously Johnny Cheddar from his days. Bit of a poor rating for him this season. Will he stick with him next season? Who's to know? But strongest team still by this up here for me, and somebody that probably again will compete a bit next season. Go over to Dimble's side. And two changes at centre half with Walter Samuel suspended and Baldini on orange. Bendieta also injured, so it brings Vogel in at centre midfield. Sorry, very strong centre defensive midfield line. Rivaldo again done very, very, very well playing out there. Look at that 8-10 3/8, superb. He's been great for Dimble. That players just spike at times, absolutely spike, and that superb. And Dimble will be absolutely delighted with that, especially with Evans and Brotter on the other side. So we shall kick this one off, and good luck to both managers. Like I said, Dimble is already in the six, but maybe looking to get a bit of a foothold and push towards that top two positions, which are obviously in the main, as we know, one of the places that you really ideally want to be to have a little bit of a better chance for some unbeknown reason. But it does seem like Wanganui have really had a really good go so far in this first 20 minutes or so. I didn't see who that yellow card was. Echeverria getting himself involved, but somebody were offside. That a yellow card for Argel on his return to the team. Vogel getting himself stuck in, as it looks as well. Rivaldo swinging a ball in. Johnny Cheddar getting some tackles in. And in this sort of save, Def Taxes and Nicholas Anelka scoring goals yet again. 1-0 to the Bundenberg boys at half-time. 3-3 on target for them. 2-1 off target for Mike. We'll go to the home side first and see where he is. Gary Neville having a good game so far. Striker's not really doing too much. Ronaldo doing all right, completed most of his passes. But again, as Mike said, they played well this season of his lads, but they just don't seem to get the rubber green in a lot of games. There's still another 45 to go, so I'm sure they might have a little bit of it. No, Mike, same sort of thing. Quick look at Dimble, as much as he said, I'll roll as is. Conditions are all fine. Mike's going as is as well. Cheers, lads. We obviously, let's say, with Dimble being in the upper echelons, as we're obviously vying for places up there, we will slow it down just so I can try and stop it as close to 60 as well as possible. Sorry. And Ronaldo seemed to be making some good ground there. Kiosh with a big save. By the look of it, Johnny Cheddar's name's been about a lot as well. He must be doing something not to be up on an 8, I would have thought so far. And now we're getting towards 60 minutes. Johnny Cheddar finding Echeverria. His name's absolutely everywhere so far. Hopefully for Mike, it's the turn of big Cheddar coming back. Gary Neville wasn't able to control the balls. Ellis picked it up. Looks like there's a chance going before we stop at the 62 mark. And we're there. Upturning performance from the Wanganui boys. We will have a quick look at the stats. Nothing else has happened at all, which is extremely strange, considering, like I say, big upturn for Mike. They're going all right at the moment. Only Uliano and Mido on the 6s. Gary Neville continuing to carry on that 8. Eric Addo as well. Bit of a favourite of mine. I like him, really like him. Again, not played too much. He's a good player to have as a squad player, as sort of a bench player, or even as a starter, which I've had him for that before. We'll have a quick look over at Dimble's side. Again, a couple more 8s in there now. Looking like they're getting a little bit more dominant. It did look like Vogel's name were about doing that tackling in the centre midfield. If there's anything either you'd like to do, you'd just like to let me know. And as we're going on in the games, getting closer, 2 more game weeks after this before the playoffs. Right, so Mike. So push Ronaldo, front and 3, no arrows. Extend Totti arrow and middle foot Osman. That okay, Mike? Or did you want it just to AMC? Okay, Dimble, I'll do that. We Totti's arrow to there or to them? Oh, yeah. Totti's arrow around there. Just want to confirm that's all right, Mike? Ooh, yeah. So, while I'm waiting for Mike just to confirm. Oh, all good. Cheers, mate. So we're swapping Zealous with Vogel and Max Teneto, unsung hero for this Bundaberg side this season. Absolutely superb rating, good player. I can't even remember what we did. We just did a little nothing deal, and it's turned out to be unreal, which I'm really chuffed for Dimble that he has. We'll get his commentary speed back up, get to the match overview, and we'll resume the match. Play out this last, and Kaluzhnit probably put this game to bed, and as has Nicholas and Elka looking at that. Looked like a very even game up to that point, even with Anelka scoring. Just looks like it's going to drift out into a very comfortable win for Bundaberg. Very dangerous for the rest of the league, looking at that. 7 with 6 on target. Do we feel like there's been 6 for Canizares? Is not too bad. A few players that had upped the game had sort of dropped there in the second half for Mike. I'll go over to Dimble. Man of match performance from Anelka, as you'd expect. Kaluzhny, goal and an assist. And that is, again, like Duggan says, the goal difference could be absolutely massive. We'll go there. We'll look at the fixtures. So we've got Dragons Townsville, Warriors Hobart, us Unicorns, and then obviously the Ghost game. So we will go to the Dragons to see. No, let's go to Warriors Hobart and see if Warriors can put a bit of pressure on Doug. Do you agree with that, though, Doug? Let's see if put a bit of pressure on you. See if Scott can put a bit of pressure on you, make you twitch a little bit while you're washing your nuts in bath. What do we think, lads? If we want to be quick about it. Right then. So yeah, let's see if the Warriors can put a little bit of pressure on top spot. Or let's see if Doug can just start playing without his keeper. Right, so keeps as it's going. Lizarazu in at DML. His one good performance. Look at all these continental performances. They're absolutely unreal. I don't know if he's been playing up front. But yeah, Van der Vaart last time out with his 2 goals. Big performance from him last time. And this is a side that Scott absolutely loves and happy with. And we'll see, though. I'm sure he'll get amongst deals going forward. Actually, one of the quietest saves for me so far is this, I really. Over at... Oh, you got a trick from wing back. Right, looking over at Dan. I mean, considering they're down in 11th, I think it said it was Tomasic, Cole, Shimkoviak, Emerson, Sharks. Davidov with a start, and when you've got Tomasi Paredes in that side, strong side, it's again, you always seem like you're looking at the thing, but it just shows how competitive the league is when you see that a side like this, Dan, has got a star in this league as well, showing how much he's been hovering a bit down half at bottom end. So we shall kick off. Davidov, Auto can have number 25. Good luck to both managers. Good luck to Scott to try and put a bit more pressure on. And we'll kick it off and see how it goes. A little bit more yellow and black to start with. Yep, tell your boy Davidov. I'm sure you had him before in another league as well. But all about having a fair bit of pressure going forward. And Gabriel Milito going off. I know Dan's not going to be about, so I'm going to go straight in with Filipescu, who played some games, not done great, but I know he's a favourite of Dan's, and we'll keep his shape. We'll carry on it through to our time. Kutuzov, who's been dangerous in this serve as well in himself. It's good to see that some players have come out woodwork and been pretty dominant. Kovalchuk scores from DMC to give Warriors a 1-0 lead. Again, putting a bit of pressure on that top spot. And seeing where they actually want to be. Again, the chasing pack looking for that top 2 finish. Not great for them. Very even game so far. Maybe a little bit hard done to, looking at this from the Hobart boys. We'll have a look at them first, then, as Dan's not about here to make any subs. Joe Cole with an 8, doing well down that left-hand side. Davidov with a 6, but he's looking well, so he still could be dangerous in the second half. Emerson with a 6. I know Dan loves him, won't get rid of him. I keep trying for him, and I may go back in the well, it's winter here, isn't it, where we go in, but yeah, go over the look at it. Scots lads, all 7s and 8s, bar a couple of 8s, bar Yaroslav, who after he's been take 1 in 3 from a winger after that sort of them 2 incredible seasons. A little bit of a lull, but I'm sure looking at this he will come back. Conditions for Scott, everybody's at 90s, bar Lizarazu at 83, but then he's probably bombing down trying to get another hat trick, and Scott's ready to roll for now. Cheers, mate, and I will go down to fast and try and stop it as close to 60 as possible, which is a lot easier doing it like this. If I don't watch you doing it, I don't think I do. There's only Dan Megaros, the absolute king of stopping it at 60 minutes on fast. And we're up, and the A-Chick's running forward. It looks like he's creating a fair bit down that side. As we're getting close to the 60-minute mark. Oh, that looked like they were getting a little bit dangerous there. Shubkoviak getting down that line, and there is Davidov, absolutely on his debut. Did say that his stats look like he could get back involved, and I do apologise to Scott again because I'm saying things as Davidov as Furisov Olsen, and rebound fell to Ronaldinho. It looked like he missed a bit of an open net. And we're still waiting for this ball to go out of play before we get to the 60-minute mark. And there we are, bang on 60. Scott, your side is looking like that. Yeah, it is, Dan, but it all seems to happen, doesn't it? Not with you, no, is it? You can't land it that long. You can't land it that much, that perfect all the time, and it'd be look. So looking at Scott's side, we'll have a look at his conditions. Lizarazu with that 77. For me, that's absolutely fine going through to the end of the game. 80s and 90s for everybody else. We'll go back to the match rating. And 6 for Van der Vaart. Everybody else doing well. Arasimovic for Hersey. Moving to left to Crespo. And Ronaldinho central with the arrow, mate. I'm going to assume that. Just want to confirm that for me, mate. That's okay. Just about, yeah, super. And we'll have a quick look over at Dan's side. We've got the assist. Shimkoviak did look like he was getting himself down that byline quite a bit, causing a little bit of havoc. But yeah, massively up the stakes there for them. All 7s, couple of 8s in there. Quick look at match stats. Still very even. Warriors coming back into it a little bit more. But we'll play out this last half an hour, and a little bit twitchy for Scott, is it? But there's Joe Cole, absolutely out of nowhere. This Hobart side, the game's gone absolutely nowhere. We're up at 88 minutes. Joe Cole scores on 63, and we're up there, and that absolutely throws a cat amongst the pigeons. We'll look over at the Warriors stats. Manuel Petit, 9 tackles, 1 out of 9, 2 key. Lizarazu 8, Rustico 8, Kamuna 8. They've played absolutely superbly well of this Warriors side, but Hobart have somehow got themselves and come away with a big win for the rest of the top 6, fighting for that second spot as well. Carlos Jacques gets himself involved with an assist. Kivu carries on that 8-12 with 8. Emerson brings himself up, just got through a load of work. I can see why he just wants him there in that centre midfield. Yeah, it is Scott, and very decent side. So now we'll move on to, we'll do the Dragons, we'll do us, and then obviously the Ghost game. So see, Duggan. Duggan just went to make sure. Before Roberto Carlos, here we are, the Galacticos ride again. Absolutely storming it. They were going under the radar a little bit. Then they've hit that top spot. Personally, I think it'll take a bit to get them off that top spot. I do feel like it's more a fight for second. But looking at that side, it's been absolutely superb. And Vieira's come in and done an absolute great job. Always worth a risk looking at his stats. Somebody I've never had because it can be poor, but I think now people are getting a little bit more wise in his. I think he's started playing in the systems that people are playing now. I think everybody's getting more out of him. Absolutely fantastic striker to have. And you look at the bench of Sand, very strong, sort of backup. Riquelme has his moments. Obviously, Const is his big love child. And yeah, he'll be absolutely delighted with the way this season's going so far. Look over at Odgie's side. Made a little bit of a tactical change. Morientes came. Tristan drops to the bench. Kaladze comes in with Davids and Mendes Silva back in the defensive 3 for him. And no arrows, so he's looking to obviously tighten it up, and we'll see where this one takes us. So we're on as fast, and we'll play the first 45 out and see where we go. And Dragons have scored straight away in first minute. Wagga Wagga absolutely have a bad result, and the Dragons look to sort of take advantage straight away, which for me, they get a win here now, probably cements that top spot, even those 2 to go. And there's, as we talked about, Vieira scores another goal, yet it don't count. And all to do for this Townsville side going into the rest of the game. But they look like to are really coming back into it a little bit. I haven't seen too much of certain names coming through. Pablo Emo there, Kili Gonzalez getting himself down that left-hand side. And another curling shot, and it does look, again, it looked like it was getting ominous towards that back end of that half, that Dragons were going to get another goal. Not as dominant as it seems against Townsville. They've actually done a little bit there. We'll go over at Duggan's side first because I've seen him and he's definitely here. Assist for Cafu and Patrick Vieira as well. It's worth losing the big rating you get off Vieira for sitting him in that central midfield place. That just an opinion of mine, probably not the same as everybody's, because everybody does. Everybody plays the same. Obviously, you play him in that CDM place, he'll probably get an 8+ and really stat pad. But I think as a centre midfield player, he'll spike up with these. Comes up with these assists and goals from time to time. Strong performance so far from Dragons. Haven't seen Odgie so far, so we'll have a quick look over there. Morientes with a 5, who unlucky because looking at the way he's played this season, you can probably let him off a little bit with that. 5 for Pablo Aimar as well, and a 5 for Massimo Taibe, who's like 2. He saved 2 of the 4 that's come his way. Is that maybe a little bit? Seeing as Duggan says want to get this played out, seeing as Duggan's dominating so far, I'm going to try and get to 60 as close as I can. Just playing it on fast so we can just get this stream finished, lads, for everybody to get to their beds and have a really nice night. We're up at 55. Vieira just missed the target. We're at 59. Managed to stop it. Again, we'll have a look, see if managed to bang on 60 and it stop all that. 7 and 4, 5 and 3. Townsville putting up a bit of a fight, as it seems so far. Again, we'll look over at Dragon's side. It's just absolutely dominant. Yep, Stamp had nothing to do. He's probably up against Morientes. Morientes is 5, he's 6. They're just cancelling each other out. Don't think there's out to worry about there for Duggan. But yeah, big performance so far. I think, like I alluded to, a couple of yellow cards. Jeremy Sand, Riquelme for Gerard, please. Yeah. Sand. Jeremy's, which is always, I do believe, a good thing to do when try and save him. And then save Stevie G from getting sent off. That's that. So Riquelme there. And Sand's coming at CDM. Super. And then we'll quick look over at Odgie before we play it on. Morientes is up to his 6. Probably fighting a little bit better with Big Yap. Pablo Aimar's got himself booked, so he's not going to get off that 5. And Taibe there as well. Considering they've had a bit of it, Amoroso doing all right, Morientes, they're both up there having a bit of a... They've tried getting a couple of shots off and tried doing a bit for Townsville. And there's a third. That's Patrick Vieira. Christian Vieira getting yet another goal. That's his 7th and 8 so far for the Dragons. Absolutely dominant performance, which absolutely, for me, again, there's a penalty. Vieira steps up again. That's now 8 and 8. And there's back. Again, this is absolutely dominant from the Dragons. 13 and 9. Massimo Taibe. I'll go to Townsville first. Add to a drop to that 4. That's exactly what I expected. Mendes de Silva dropping down to 5. He's been decent this season, although he's got a bit of form with that 3 in there. 5s. That's as poor a performance as you're going to see from a side in competitive champ. 10s for Cafu with 2 assists. 10s for Archie back with 2 goals. Patrick Vieira only stays on his 8. Riquelme came on with an assist, something to give the manager something to think about. But yeah, absolutely dominant from a side, top of the league, and absolutely looking like they're going to go really far in the playoffs. Look over at us. We've just got one change. Zanoni comes in for Van Bommel, who's suspended. Figo keeping himself up at the top of that assist chart so far. I'm absolutely buzzing with the season that he's had, and he will go again on that right wing for us next season. And we'll look over at the Unicorns. I hadn't seen Mr. Late Limbs yet. Van Mol comes in. Is that his first game? Yeah. Again, he's looked in the scouting and editing. He's got absolutely unbelievable potential ability. Sorry, not availability. Looks like he's ready to play. So we'll see. Now I've mentioned his name. He'll do one. Oh, Dan's in for this one. Right, no problem, mate. Bruggen Sadov, Agat, Patrick Powell, who's been gone under the radar, has been had a very, very good season for them so far. And we shall go and kick this one off. Us against the Unicorns. Can Unicorns get their cue by getting a draw or a win against ourselves? They're putting pressure on big time to start. We're looking at the possession stats early doors. Looks very even so far. Getting in now with a little bit of black and white and seeing how we go. Emilian Penza gets his 15th goal of the season. Good luck to you as well, Dan. Are we in free fall? Are we in free fall? Have we lost that little je ne sais quoi and we get found out? Who knows? There won't be a change at this sort of late stage in the season at all. But it does make you think a little bit. Have a look at the match stats. Totally deserved from this Unicorn side so far. We'll go over to them first so Dan can have a look. Van Mol with an assist. Yeah, and Andre Oyer having another good game. I know he's one of he's a player that Smuts really likes. Sorry about that, but my jaw going to crack. That Smuts really likes, and obviously also his good friend, Fife does. Well, we'll go over to us, Magnus Edmund. I'm doing it because we actually want to try and get a result out of this. We'll take him off, and I'm going to leave everybody else as is. Figo on a yellow and a 6 is pretty dangerous, and yeah, it's on fast. Not much what's happened in that first 15, coming up to 15 minutes of that first half at all. And yeah, Clompe is getting a lecture, luckily not to get a yellow card. Unicorns looking a little bit dominant in this. It looks like we're not getting into the game whatsoever. A big save from Serene. And Oya is there. And we're at 60 minutes. Unicorns wants the penalty, waves away. Yeah. So, yeah, looking at that. So let's have a look at the stats. Still 1-0 over there. Dominant, beating us for as we are. So, Dan, if you want to have a look at that, see if there's what you want to do. See how we're going. Ball Dan's had a look at that. We'll have a quick look over at ours. Not much really. Can change, do at all. So we're not gonna. Just want to have a quick look, Dan, see if there's what you want to do. I can get this boxed off and saved and uploaded. It's also our first Everton. We'll confirm that's right, mate. Thank you. I'll have one more quick look, but there's no. Tell you what, I'm going to try it. Legata Zinone. Swap with Figo. Swap with Rui Costa. Let's see how he's like centrally, see if he can do what. We'll get it sped up. So we play the last 30 minutes out. Maybe a little bit of a change, maybe help. Giardo's not really been involved at all. Great bench option to add considering the setup that we've got. But we're up at 70 minutes. That's a second penalty turned down by Dwight Gale. Unicorns lads will be really getting frustrated with that. And Giardo getting himself involved. Nicaragua pulls his level. As it stands, the Unicorns have the queue though. And looking forward to the playoffs where there's a couple of game weeks left. Looking at it, undeserved really, but we will absolutely take it. We'll look at Unicorn stat first. Emily Penza, man of match performance. Again, really good season from him so far. 15 goals and 23 starts with an assist to come. And yeah, so we'll look over at our boys. Rui Costa moves to. Yeah, you two done, mate. Rui Costa moves to the side without that arrow. Maio Serini comes in, gets an 8. Big decision to make. Willie might come in for the last couple of games and see how he does anyway. Now, we've seen these two teams. We'll get on with the game. And we shall see how we go. And I'm not going to slow it down to stop it at 60. Because obviously we know that Aborigines. Well done, Daz, for having a better season and sort of pushing the top 6 as well, mate. Shows you getting to grips with it a little bit. And I'm sure come next season, depending on what you do in transfer market, obviously, you might have a and Bushrats take a lead with Henrik Larsson, who playing in that AMC position is he's done well for Tato. 1-1, 2-2. Pretty boring game so far, but they didn't like there were a lot of text. We'll go over to Daz's side first. Cerebral Western on 8, Rocky Santa Cruz on a 6, Tomadera on a 6, but rest of them playing all right so far. As is for Tato, as is for Daz. We'll have a quick look there. Ariel Ortega assist. So a quick look at the stats there, and then we'll click it on. We'll get it as close to 60 as we can, lads. Again, looking a little bit Bushrats heavy in possession, but maybe Aborigines in the text. As I said, Abo ready for Aborigines. Aaron Smith gets the second goal of the game for the Bushrats. We'll look at match stats. Just that one extra shot on target that's gone in. We'll look at the Aborigines side. So we're still on the 8s and 8s up to an 8. Deddy up to an 8, playing in that central role. Stroke of genius from Daz. Go over to the Bushrats. Larsson with the second assist of the game, obviously in his way for a man of the match performance. Good season. Take that from somebody playing AMC. Don't think he's played up front for him. Alan Smith with another goal, being fantastic, in fairness. And if there's anything you'd like to do, that's right. So, Gary, one I nearly went for from out of league. Tato's happy to carry on. So Santa Cruz for Gary, because it looks really good as Gary. And Agahawa for Robin. It's funny how things go in circles, and Agahawa ends up back at the Aborigines. Right, carry on from Tato, and we play this game out. We'll get this back up on very fast. And Tomadera seemed certain to score. Didn't be interested to see who stopped or how it was stopped. But again, Bushrats coming back. Look dangerous when they do get forward with it. Are we going to see a third goal in this game so far? If it is, it's looking like more likely to be Bushrats, despite the possession-looking stats. Biscan's been out a bit, and Tomadera's injured. So, is it Jankowski and swap with Dede? Looking at that, I don't know. Jankowski swap with Agawa, swap with Dede. Is it for the last 7 minutes of? I'll leave that on screen for you, Daz, to determine what you'd like to do, good sir. There's still a lot of decorum in this league, so I'm not allowing to play a course code if you've got that in your head. Yeah, I thought that might be the case, mate. Thought that might be the case. There we go. As we look at the stats, Bushrats again, everything on target. Obviously, a great goalkeeping performance for the Aborigines. Another shot on target in that last little bit for Bushrats. Sebastian Frioli saved 6 out of 6 and only got 7. Very strange. Not a bad performance, really, all round. You know, everybody finished the game on 7 or 8. Not bad at all. Look over at the Bushrats. Henrik Larsson, obviously, were earning his way towards that man of the match. Ariel Ortega with the other assist. 8s as well from Alan Smith, Yakubu, Liam Pure. Not setting out any trees alike, but anyway, it's where it is. So Aborigines 0, Bushrats 2, Rapa Nui 2. Oh. AFC 0. Massive win for Dragons, cementing the place at the top of the league. 2-1 1 Vikings, 1 Unicorns, 1 us, 1 Vikings. Hobart beating the Warriors 2-1, and Wanganui losing to an absolutely dominant Bundaberg side 3-0 as it stands. Dragons obviously cementing the place at top. 2 games to go. Can they stay there? Got 18 difference from, as I say, with Dimble. 43 points. Us on 41. Warriors on 41. Vikings on 40, Unicorns on 39. 2 games to go. Still a lot to play for that second spot. But right, lads, thanks for joining us. Now we'll have a quick look at player stats. Very quick. Yeah, this is where we are on the average ratings. Goals. Montella's dropped off and we've dropped off. That's where the things go wrong. Fabio Morienta's great stuff from him. We'll have a quick look at the assists. Giggs is up with Figo on 8 now, and Cliver with 7. That's good. That's absolutely good. And quick last one to look at. Tackles a game. Asani, as you'd expect, up there with Rustico, who I absolutely adore. And then we go down some of your usual suspects down there. Right, lads, I shall get this saved and upload point 1. We'll do that. I'm going to get it uploaded. And thanks for joining us. Thanks for letting me do the bonus show. And we'll see you all later on. Cheers, lads.